Welcome to this month's Knowledge Hub. Today we are going to talk about Google Apps. What is Google Apps? Now called Google Workspace. Google Apps is a suite of cloud-based productivity and collaboration tools developed by Google. It includes applications such as Gmail, that's email services, Google Drive, that's cloud storage where you store your information, your documents on the cloud, Google Docs, that is word processing documents, Google Sheets, spreadsheets, and Google Slides, presentations. We have Google Meets, used for video conferencing. This is synonymous to Zoom meetings. We also have Google Chats. It's for messaging. In those days, we used to have a Yahoo Messenger. We have Facebook Messenger. So this is synonymous to Facebook Messenger, Yahoo Messenger, or even your popular WhatsApp Messenger. Then we have Google Classroom. For learning management system, you can create classrooms as much as you like in different topics for your students. Then we have Google Forms. Google Forms are for survey and quiz creation, and also for any kind of applications you want to put online. If you don't want to spend the time to write programs to handle such applications, and you don't want to go into a steep learning curve to design codes to launch an applications, you can easily use Google Form to do that. Then we have Google Calendar for scheduling and time management. If you want to be productive, you will need something like Google Calendar for scheduling and managing your time. Top bosses, entrepreneurs, lecturers, and professors uses Google Calendar to manage their time, to manage their day, their week, their month, and even their year. How to take advantage of Google Apps for education. Google offers Google Workspace for education as a special package designed for schools and universities. It provides tools that enhance teaching, learning, and administration. 1. It improves communication and collaboration. You can use your Gmail for schools as your institutional email to provide students and staff with institutional email accounts. You can use Google Meets, enable virtual classrooms and faculty meetings. You can use Google Chats to facilitate quick discussions and teamwork. 2. Efficient document management and sharing. Google Drive allows storage and easy sharing of educational materials. Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides enable real-time collaboration on assignments and research. 3. Digital learning with Google Classroom. Teachers can create virtual classrooms, assign homework, and track progress. They can even incorporate their Google Meets into their Google Classroom so that they can also offer remote lectures wherever they are to their students across the globe. Students can submit assignments and receive feedback online by the use of Google Classrooms, and also with the integration of Google Meets and Google Calendar. Automated assessments and surveys. 4. Google Forms can be used to create quizzes, exams, and surveys with automated grading. Google Forms is not only limited to use by surveys, you can also use it to create applications online that you need submissions of applications. You can also use it to create quizzes. That's an online quiz. Google Calendar helps in scheduling lectures, exams, and events. How to get started? If you do not have Google Workspace in your education, in your institution, Your institute can register for a free one, or you use premium plans for additional features. Set up domain emails, call institutional emails, example like at unipod.edu.ng, train staff and students, provide orientation on using Google Apps effectively, integrate with existing platforms, connect with their university website, learning management systems, and other tools. Without much ado, we are going to illustrate the use of some of these Google Apps in the workspace. So we'll move on to our institutional mail. These are institutional mail. This is Google Drive. These are institutional mail. You come here to these apps under Google. You can see Google Meet here. You can see Google Calendar. You can see Business Profile Manager. You can see your Gmail under the report platform. You can see Google Drive. You can see Google Docs. You can see Google Sheets. And you can see Google Slides. You can also see Google Sites, which you may use to create your website, and so on and so forth. You can also see Google Charts that you can use for chatting purposes. You can see Google Classroom that you can use to create your classrooms. Now, Gemini is an AI integrated into these Google apps for smart purposes. Now, let's look at Google Meet. Okay, let's start with Calendar. This is Google Calendar. Apart from organizing yourself, your timetable and all that, you can also use Google Calendar to set a Google meeting by creating events, focus time, out of office, working location, task, appointment schedule. That's all you can do with Google Calendar. Now, we move on to the next item, Google Meets. If I launch Google Meet now, you see this is the landing page of Google Meet. You can initiate meetings, just like you could do with Zoom meetings. So it's synonymous to Zoom meeting. But the good thing about Google Meet is that it's free for the University of Port Harcourt because you are subscribed to Google. So you are free to use it to schedule meetings within your departments, within your faculties, within your units, and for management meetings, for remote meetings, and other collaboration. So let's start the meeting. We want to launch a new meeting. So we click here. When you click here, you can see create a meeting for later use. You can also see start an instant meeting. This one you start meeting immediately without much ado. Then here you can schedule in Google Calendar. Now, just like I explained before, if you click here, it will take you to Google Calendar to schedule a meeting that you will do later. So let's start an instant meeting. I click here for us to start an instant meeting. The meeting is loading. The meeting is loading. Okay. You can see the meeting platform. In this meeting platform, you can toggle between your webcam and your picture domicile in the Google Meet platform. So here, you can see that your meeting is ready. You can add others to this meeting. When you click this, it will enable you to add others to this meeting. Alternatively, people can dial into this meeting. You can also copy the meeting link and send to the people via your SMS, via your WhatsApp, via your email, to all the stakeholders you want to be in that meeting. That's the essence of this meeting link. Then here, at the left-hand side, is the audio setting for the meeting. You don't need to worry about that, it takes automatically. But in case your audio not work, you can click on this to toggle between the Google Meets, the audio to make it work. And you can also come here to check the particular device that you are using and enable that device. And you can also come here to the speakers to also click and enable the kind of device that you are using. So this system device is Connexans IST audio. So we leave it at that. And the microphone is also Connexans ISST audio. So we leave it at that at the default. Then over here, this is where you toggle between yourself if you want participants to see you, but if you don't want them to see you, you close that and they only see your picture. Over here, you can also, if it's not working with for you, you can check the kind of device you are using and make sure you choose the correct device as it is here now. Over here, you can turn on captions for your meeting. If I click this, you can see that the caption is turned on for my meeting. You can see as I'm talking, it is taking the captions for the meeting, showing you that the captions are on for the meeting. Over here, you can send reactions during the meetings, and here you can present your information at the meeting from your laptop or from your device. So you can go to wherever you put your device, your presentation, whether slide presentation, whether document you want to share with participants in the meeting, and pick it from here and show it to them. You can pick it and show it to them. You can share this information to the participants by clicking on this shared icon. Then, over here, you can raise your hand during the meeting if there is anything you want to communicate to the participants, and you'll be given audience by the host once you do that. Then, over here, you can do further settings to the meeting. You can see that this meeting cannot be recorded. But if you want it to be recorded, your admin has to go through the Google Meet settings and the Google Workspace app and enable recording for meeting. You can also change the layer of this meeting. You can keep it at auto. You can keep it at tiled. You can keep it at spotlight. You can keep it at sidebar, depending on how you want it. You can also enable full screen for the meeting, just like what you've seen there. You can enable full screen. You can also exit full screen. You can also open picture in picture. You can apply visual effects. You can use a phone for audio. You can report a problem. You can report abuse. Now let's move to the next item. Here, you can invite participants who are not even in your domain to the meeting. You see them over here. You can add them for the meeting. And over here, you see the meeting details. Assuming you want to send this invite to somebody during the meeting when the meeting has begun, you can simply click here, get the meeting detail, and send to the person. Copy here and send to the person via your WhatsApp, via your email, or anyhow you want to do it. Over here too, you will see in-call messages. You can also chat with participants in the meeting. So apart from giving normal video audio meeting, you can chat with the participants during the meetings at this spot. I'll say hi. Hi there. No, you now chat with the participants. So everybody can chat with each other during the meeting if there is something that is unclear. Then over here, these are the activities that the host can control in the meeting. Come on, open. So you can add various activities and all that in the meeting. Then over here, the host has this control over the meeting. The host can enable everybody, contributors, to share their screen. He can also disable that. The host can also enable send chat messages, which is by default enabled. He can also disable that if he doesn't want people to send chat messages. The host can also send reactions, can also enable participants to send reactions. You can also disable that. You can also disable the participant's microphone if they are disturbing in the meeting. So these are the controls that the host have over the meeting. Turn on their video. You can turn off their video too if it doesn't want them to be displayed. Meeting access. These settings also apply to future instances of this meeting. Host must join before anyone else. It's not necessary, so this is disabled. Meeting access type. If you want the host, if you are hosting the meeting, you want it to be there before any other person else, any other person, you click this to enable that. But if you want people to join and wait for you and all that, you click here while waiting for them. While they come in and wait for you. So that is about the meeting and Google Meets. So we're going to move to the next item, which is we'll move to the next item that we need to discuss here, which is Google Drive. We won't discuss everything because you're already familiar with some of the things, like the calendar, the mail. Nobody who doesn't know how to send emails, and nobody who doesn't know how to create email accounts. So we now go to Google Drive. This is Google Drive. This is where you store your online documents in the Google Workspace. You can see my documents here on the cloud. You don't only store documents, you can also store video. You can see spreadsheets, you can see course evaluation, you can see presentation software, all sort of things that you want to access anywhere you go. You can store them on the cloud. And this is given to you free of charge as far as you are in the domain, Uniport domain. You can open any document and work on it. Like for instance, if I want to open this presentation here, I can double click on it and open the presentation. You see it's opened. I may also want to share this presentation. I can share it to anybody, with my colleagues, with my group. Also, coming here, we are going to look at Google Docs. This is Google Docs. I click on it. You can click here to create a blank document. You can share the documents with others. You can see all the documents here saved on my Google Docs. Competitive research, builders elder abstracts, 109 conducting business. All these are the documents you can store in your Google Docs. And also, you can also share these documents with participants. Even as you are doing your Google Meet, you can bring out the document they share. During that meeting, people can, can talk on the documents. They can give their comments on the documents, and so on and so forth. We are also going to take on Google Slides. Here you can create slides, a cloud-based slide, just like you would have done with your PowerPoint presentations. If you click on this, it will enable you to create a blank presentation. This is this presentation I'm presenting to you in these Google Slides. So let me click it for you to see. I launch it. You can see it here. This is the slide. You can come here and say slideshow. You see it. So this is what I presented to you. You can see it here. You can see it on my slides, on my Google slide. Okay, this is another presentation here that I have in my Google Drive. So this is it. Okay, we now move on to Google Charts. This is Charts, and then Classroom. Okay, let's look at Classroom before we go to Charts. Classroom.google.com is opening. Introducing Generative AI for Educators, a 2-hour no-cost online course for K-12 educators, save time and enhance lesson planning with Generative AI. So you can see, you can create your courses using your Google Classroom. You can see all these courses that were created using this Google Classroom. You can see them. And these courses can be created and shared with your students. You can create groups, study groups for your students, and each time you can send these lectures to them. Let me click this to open. Social media and podcast production. Teachers or co-teachers are always meeting hosts. Students will be sent to the waiting room until a teacher is present in the meeting. Video participants outside of their class can ask to be admitted by the hosts. Learn more about classrooms, meet safety features. So you can click here to learn more about that. And we cannot exhaust this here. We'll also present another knowledge hub on classroom specifically, while incorporating the other features of Google Calendar, Google Meets, and Google Chats into that presentation. So we now go to Google Chats. This is Google Chats. If you launch your email, on your email at the Google apps, you will see Google Chats. When you click on it, you can chat with your friends who are presently online or offline. The message will always get to them. It's again up to open. Okay, let me just go here. At the same time, you can also go here to chat directly instead of waiting for that to open. When you on this, you look for your chat icon. It used to be here. Manage levels. Okay, look at this here, chats. So you click on this, a new chat. You can see my colleagues here. So you can click on any of them to chat with them. Let me see if this guy is online. I click on this. Say hi. Hi, dude. If he's online, he will respond to me. So you can call him to a chat, and then you chat with him using your Google Chats. So that is that for the Google Chats. Therefore, we've come to the end of our presentation. We thank you for participating in this presentation, and I want to encourage us to take advantage of this Google app or Google Workspace and begin to implement some of these things to save you the cost of moving down for meeting, to save you the cost of data usage, and to enhance productivity in your various units. Thank you.